The Someone New by Jill Twiss and Ed Keller. When Jitterbug woke up, she could already tell something was new. Jitterbug was a careful chipmunk. She liked it when things stayed the same. When something was new, she got a little quiver in her tummy. What is this something new, she wondered. Is it Toast the butterfly? No, she is flitting from flower to flower, sharing her important thoughts like every other day. Hello, 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 shouted Jitterbug. Hello, Jitterbug, said Toast. Did you know that a group of butterflies is called a kaleidoscope? Whoa, that was good information, but it was not the something new. Jitterbug kept looking. Is it Geezer the goose or Duffles and Nudge the otters? She wondered. No, they are splashing in the river just like always. Hello, 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 shouted Jitterbug. Honk, 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 said Geezer, who sounded grouchy even when he wasn't. Good day to you, Jitterbug, said Duffles. Did you hear the thunderstorm last night? It just, said Nudge. Missed our forest, said Duffles. Whoa, that was good information. But Duffles and Nudge were best friends. They always finished each other's thoughts. That was not the something new. Then Jitterbug saw something she had never seen before. It was both hard and soft. It was both round and even more round. It was something new. No, wait. It was someone new. And that someone new was moving toward them very slowly. Hello, 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 Jitterbug said nervously. Jitterbug's tummy was doing some pretty big-time tummy quivers. Hello, said the someone. My name is Pudding. Hello, Pudding, said Toast. Did you know that butterflies taste with their feet? Hello, and how do you do, said Nudge. Excuse us for asking, said Duffles. But what exactly are you? Whispered Nudge. After a long pause, Pudding said, I am a snail. I am from the garden over the big hill. Whoa, that was good information. Jitterbug had never seen a snail before. A snail was definitely someone new. Why did you leave your garden and come here? Asked Jitterbug. Pudding did not answer right away. There was one thing Jitterbug had learned about snails, and so far there was only one thing Jitterbug had learned about snails, that they answered questions very slowly. Pudding took a breath. Last night there was a big storm, and my garden flooded. Everything around me washed away, and I was left all alone. I squished all the way here to be safe. I want to stay here. With us? Said Jitterbug cautiously. In our forest? Pudding nodded. But, said Jitterbug, thinking aloud. But what if there are not enough acorns for all of us? What if everyone decides that squishy snails like Pudding are nicer than furry chipmunks like me? What if everything is different? Jitterbug's tummy quivers were turning into tummy cartwheels. Pudding had just opened his mouth to answer when... Pudding, I'm very sorry for your home, but you cannot stay here, Jitterbug blurted out. Pudding looked at Jitterbug, looked back towards his old garden, and then quietly began to squish back the way he'd come. Everything was going to stay the same. Jitterbug's tummy relaxed until... She looked up and saw her friends. What, said Jitterbug. Did you know that I was new once? Spluttered Toast. I used to be a caterpillar. Honk, honk, honk. I was also new once, said Geezer. I used to live in a beautiful lake. Then people started to fill it with garbage until it wasn't safe for me anymore. That's when I came here. You were both new, said Jitterbug. It feels like you've always been beside me, honking your honks and flitting around our flowers. That is how friends feel, said Duffles. Even when they are new, friends feel like you've known them forever, said Nudge. But new can be scary, said Jitterbug. Jitterbug, do you remember when Toast wanted to see her reflection? So she flew very close to the river, asked Geezer. Oh, yes, said Jitterbug. Toast flew so close to the river that pretty soon she had flown into the river. No one else was around, said Nudge. You had always been so scared of swimming, said Duffles. But even though you were frightened, said Geezer, you jumped right into the water and saved Toast. But even though new can be scary, kindness is stronger than fear. Whoa, that was very good information. I have to go get Pudding, yelped Jitterbug. Jitterbug ran as fast as she could, and when she thought she had looked everywhere, she found Pudding right around the corner. There was one thing Jitterbug had learned about snails, and so far there was still only one thing Jitterbug had learned about snails, was that they ran away very slowly. Pudding, said Jitterbug, I was wrong. Please, please, please come live with us. I was scared because you were new, but then I realized how scared you must be in a place where everyone is new. You were so brave to come here. Let's be scared together. Thank you, Jitterbug. I will miss my old home, but now I can make a new one with all of you. And Pudding stayed, because kindness is stronger than fear, and sometimes it takes very special friends to be brave enough to tell you you are wrong. Pretty soon, it felt like Pudding had been there forever. Now there were many things Jitterbug knew about snails. She knew that they were strong and brave and smart and kind, but if there was one thing Jitterbug knew about snails, it was that they were very good friends. Daniel Meets the New Neighbors, adapted by Becky Friedman. It was a beautiful day in the neighborhood of Make-Believe when Daniel noticed something different. It was a truck, and not just any truck, it was a big truck with big boxes inside. Why is that truck there? Daniel asked Dad Tiger. That's a moving truck, said Dad Tiger. New neighbors must be moving in the house next door. New neighbors, said Daniel. I wonder if there will be a new friend for me. What's inside all those boxes? Daniel asked. You have to pack up all your clothes and toys and furniture when you move, Mom Tiger explained. I wonder what it would be like to move to a different house, Daniel said. Daniel imagined that he was moving. Just then, Daniel noticed that one of the boxes was shaking. Look, someone is carrying that box, said Daniel. Who is it? Daniel couldn't see who was carrying the box. All he could see were two little feet. Come on, Daniel, said Mom Tiger. Let's go over and meet the new neighbors. Okay, said Daniel. Maybe I'll meet a new friend. Daniel rang the doorbell. Ding dong. Hello, said Mom Tiger when the door opened. We're your neighbors, the Tiger family. Welcome to the neighborhood. Thank you, said the neighbor. I'm Dr. Platypus, but you can call me Dr. Plat. Daniel introduced himself. I'm Daniel, and this is my sister Margaret. I've never met a platypus before. You haven't, said Dr. Platt? That's very exciting then, isn't it? Please come inside. Daniel, Mom Tiger, and Margaret followed her inside the house. The platypus house looks a little different from Daniel's house. There was no furniture, just boxes everywhere. As Daniel looked around, he heard a rustle from a nearby box. Could that be a new friend for him? Daniel looked around the room until, Peekaboo, said a little boy, and then another little boy appeared. Peekaboo, said the second boy. Daniel couldn't believe his eyes. They looked the same. Meet Teddy and Leo. They're twins, said Dr. Platt. That means they are two kids from the same family who were born on the same day. Margaret toddled over to Teddy and Leo, and they started to play. Margaret has two new friends. But what about me? Said Daniel. Then Daniel heard a giggle. Is there someone else here? He wondered. Daniel looked around until he found another platypus, but this time it was a girl. I'm Jody, she said shyly before quickly running out of the room. Maybe Jody will be my friend, Daniel thought. Daniel and Jody went to her room. This is my room, said Jody, but there are so many boxes. I can help you unpack, said Daniel. Jody smiled. Okay. Daniel helped Jody unpack her toys and stuffed animal. This is Benji the Hedgehog, said Jody. He likes to sing. Me, 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 sang Daniel. Daniel and Jody put her special pillow, called a cozy cozy, on her bed. I've never seen a cozy cozy before, said Daniel, but it is comfy. Dr. Platt brought in 2 cribs. Why do you have cribs in your room? Asked Daniel. Because Teddy and Leo sleep in here too, explained Jody. That sounds like fun, said Daniel. When Daniel and Jody were done unpacking, they decided to draw some pictures together. I always carry crayons, said Jody. Daniel was learning a lot about Jody. The doorbell rang. It was Mr. McFeely. Speedy delivery for our new neighbors, he said, handing Dr. Platt an envelope. Everyone is invited to a welcome party at the Enchanted Garden today. Daniel was very excited. Did you hear that, Jody? You're going to love the Enchanted Garden. Wait, said Jody, we can't go. She looked very upset. What's wrong, Jody? Asked Daniel. We can't go to the party because I can't find my special book, said Jody. Mama reads it to me every night. I can't go to bed without it, and if I can't find it, then I don't want to go to the party. Daniel was worried. He didn't want Jody to be upset. "I can help you find your book," Daniel offered. Daniel helped Jody look and look and look for her book everywhere, but they still couldn't find it. "Maybe we should look outside," suggested Daniel. Jody agreed. So Daniel, Jody, and Dr. Platt all went outside to look for Jody's special book. Daniel looked around outside until he noticed a book peeking out from under a bush. It was the Tiggy Adventure Tiger book. "Is this your book, Jody?" he asked. "Yes," said Jody happily. "Thank you, Daniel Tiger." "You're welcome," said Daniel. "I love Taggy the Adventure Tiger, too." "I'm so glad to have a neighbor just like you," said Daniel. "I'm so glad to have a friend just like you," said Jody. "Let's go to the party," Daniel said. When Jody and her family got to the party, the whole neighborhood was there. "Welcome to the neighborhood," they said. "Thank you," said Jody. Daniel smiled. "I think you're going to like it here." And Jody and her family had the best time getting to know their new neighbors and